if you look at that from the context of what the future of the CRM is, that's why we say CRM plus data plus AI plus trust. We have reimagined, we have rebuilt, we have rethought CRM to be a data app, to be AI first. And now it starts becoming very interesting.
Technology has revolutionized the sales profession, providing a competitive edge for top performers. The transformative impact of predictive and generative AI tools will change the way salespeople navigate today's digital landscape. I'm Leandro Perez, Senior Vice President and CMO of Asia Pacific at Salesforce, and I'm excited to be hosting another episode of Executive Conversations, where senior executives and thought leaders from around the world join me to exchange their valuable insights and perspectives. We've already had many incredible conversations. If you've missed an episode, you can catch up at sfdc.co/conversations. Today, I'm joined by Ketan Karkhanis, Executive Vice President and General Manager of Sales Cloud at Salesforce. With over a decade at Salesforce under his belt, Ketan has led various product areas spanning sales, service, platform, and finally, analytics cloud, where he pioneered incredible innovation, customer success, and business acceleration. Welcome, Ketan. Thanks for joining us here in Sydney.
I'm excited to be here.
The way we like to kick this off is just with a few icebreaker questions, just to get us going and let the audience know a little bit more about you. So, growing up, what were your passions?
Growing up, it was hard for me. There was no one thing. And I'll just be honest about it. It was not like there was one thing I was passionate about throughout my childhood. I was just like inherently curious. Like I've tried so many things and I always love to that looks interesting. I never get bored because I'm always curious about something.
Now tell me though, what did your parents think you were going to do or be?
Growing up in India, I'll tell you, it sounds stereotypical, but you're either becoming an engineer or a doctor.
Right,
That's kind of
solid
the thing,
professions.
Kind of the thing. But honestly, I learned this from my dad. He used to always tell me is just be happy, be healthy.
Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with that.
That was his aspiration for me.
I will say you're probably one of the happiest people at Salesforce. Something's worked, something's wrong.
And that inspired me, honestly. Like I say the same thing to my kids. I'm like, you'll be who you be happy, be healthy.
I love that. Well, look, let's pivot. Obviously, in your role, you're surrounded by the industry of sales, right? And I think I've heard you say that now is the best time to be a sales professional. Tell us why that is.
Number one, B2B buying is completely changing. And I'll tell you the fundamental reason, but it's the underlying B2B buyer persona. Did you know more than 52% of B2B buyers are now millennials?
Wow, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Now when I give you that frame, you know what the buying expectations, behaviors,
digital
patterns, natives, it's not your grandfather's B2B buying anymore, right? But that is great for sales reps because they have now a more informed, a more leaning in, a more aware, a more savvy buyer. Two, I think so. I say this because technology is for the first time, I believe, actually helping salespeople get time back. We did a state of the sales survey. So we went out and we spoke to 8,000 sales
8,000? Oh my goodness.
Globally.
Okay.
Global. And we asked them, hey, how do you spend your time? You'll be surprised that more than 40-50% of their time goes on administrative tasks.
Mind-blowing. So they're not even selling.
And then you kind of think about it, and then you're like, kind of makes sense. They're researching proposals, moving this, updating that, finding that, doing this. All of that can be automated with AI and technology. Like I love to think about it like I would love to give every sales rep one extra day a week.
And that's a good segue, right? You mentioned AI, but technology has first improved the state.
100%.
But let's talk about it. AI is the buzz right now.
Yes.
What's the delta? What's going on? What's happening? You know, you mentioned an hour a week is what you're trying to get
One
back?
day a week.
1 day a
One
week,
day a
even
week.
better.
One
All
day a
right.
week.
Let's
One day a
talk about
week.
that.
I think so. That's really, and you could do whatever you want with that one day. You could go play golf or sell more.
Sure.
I'm fine. Do what you want. Your boss might want you to sell more.
Yes, be more productive. Not equal.
I know, but I'll tell you. Think about it this way: we use the word AI in like a broad term, but you got to really translate it to personal and business value. AI is augmenting you.
It's not replacing you, right?
It cannot.
Yes.
Maybe a few decades. Like let's
Long,
not speculate
long
about
out,
all
yeah.
that right now. It's borderline conspiracy theories.
Yes.
But I think so. The way I think about it, it's an augmentation. So, for example, let me give you one very tangible example. If you're a salesperson, what do? You go on sales calls. You take meetings. You are. Imagine if the AI is with you in that meeting.
Your co-pilot.
And your co-pilot is right there with you, and taking all the notes, detecting all the key insights, highlighting what's spoken between the lines, updating all your systems, and you get to focus on your customer. You get to deeply listen, deeply connect to your customer. That is incredible. You save at least an hour or two of then post-meeting processing,
Right.
because Einstein Copilot can even capture next steps. That's incredibly valuable. And then if you zoom back up, and if you're a sales leader, now imagine having intelligence across all the sales calls happening in your organization.
The insights.
Imagine Einstein connecting the dots, even the dots you don't see. Things start getting really interesting now. Now you can detect, oh, we are not really good at objection handling when it comes to price. Let me roll out a program to help my sales rep be better at objection handling. Or hey, we launched this new product, but this pitch is not landing. Customers are not really, maybe we need to change it, and marketing can go and change the positioning and all that stuff. Maybe it's about, our competition is being mentioned a lot, and we've never had them in our thinking when we were building the product. Or we have not thought about those things. Now product can get influenced. So it's not just sales. It has this virtuous cycle of insights driving, actionable insights driving better business outcomes across your organization. And that starts becoming very powerful. And I just give you one example. This is really exciting. If you talk to any sales leader, CRO, VP of sales, and if you, have you ever found any sales leader tell you, I have enough pipeline?
Never. As a marketer, I can tell you it's constant.
Has any sales leader ever come to you and said, Leandro, we're good.
First
We've
day of the
got
year,
pipeline.
last day of the year,
We're
it doesn't
good."
matter.
Nobody has enough pipeline. But I know the problem is not just the quantity of the pipeline. The problem is how do you, in the industry terms, we say MQLs to SQLs.
Yeah.
The drop-off between MQL and SQL is drastic.
Yes.
I call this the top of funnel problem. So what do we do to try and solve that top of the funnel problem? We are like, let's put in more pipe.
It's called marketing.
No, that's not a very efficient way of running your business. So how do you say, and this is a little aspirational, but bear with me, cut me some slack. It's like, how do you 10x your top of the funnel velocity? How do you get to stage 2 faster? This is a very important point. Because the foundation of AI is data. We need to spend time on that. Imagine lead comes in. Because we have data cloud as our foundation, we not only know whether this prospect has visited our website, seen this
All the
page,
systems.
came to our events, scanned a badge there, or maybe they are a customer and their utilization has dropped, or maybe they are a customer and they've opened a service ticket with us. Einstein can know all of that, can interpret all of that, and then derive the best way to outreach to this customer and nurture it forward. Einstein can even help you schedule a meeting, our co-pilot. Now that starts becoming very interesting. AI is not this crazy tech
It's not
it's
magic.
a productivity amplifier. It's really important you look at it from that perspective, because then you can tie it to business outcomes. And 2, AI augments you to not just make you more productive, but a better sales rep. It's about elevating the game. It's not just about productivity.
What I like about what you're sharing there is there's the individual benefits.
Right.
Then there's the benefit for the leader.
Correct.
And the organization.
Correct.
Now you, as a leader at Salesforce, you're working with a lot of sales reps
Yes.
at Salesforce.
Yes, we've got quite a few of those.
So how are you using AI now? How is it helping you?
We have a global business, as a part of my job is running my
You're
forecast.
here in APAC,
running
today.
my forecast. But I'll tell you, when I'm on my forecast call, Einstein is basically the person giving me my forecast.
Okay. Tell us about that. What does that mean?
Salesforce is one of the best things we do as a company is we use all our own products to run our own
Drink
business.
our own champagne, we like
Yes.
to say.
And a key part of the job is we've established this data foundation with Data Cloud. So we have all the activities that happen from top of the funnel till service are all in our Data Cloud. But the key things we do are, number one, which I personally benefit out, is I get my forecast. I get to see and I usually also look at my top 10 deals by geo, by country, all that stuff. Einstein helps me understand which ones might be at risk or which ones might be understated, because we are seeing the customer is actually utilizing our product a lot. But the idea is it helps me hone in. I have limited time. Where do I focus? As a leader, AI can help you focus on the things that matter, for which you need to move the needle.
As a follow-up to that, obviously when we introduced 25 years ago a CRM for sales rep, that was transformational, right?
Oh, huge.
Putting it in one place, all the opportunities, leads. Is this as transformational, or is this even bigger than that? This ability for a leader to really understand their business?
It's bigger because we are transcending from only data that is in your CRM to all your data.
All the insights, everything coming.
You think about it this way. And I'll come back to your original question, but a lot of the data an organization needs. Classically, what people do, they put it in separate data stores somewhere. It's like burying your data in a cave. What do you do with it?
Yeah, it's just hoarding it, right?
It's there. Maybe 2-3 people can look at it, but the people who need it, leaders on your front line, have no access to it. It's not the problem of intent. It's not that people are deliberately burying their data in snow, okay, or hiding it in a cave, or whatever you want to call it. It's the understanding that data that is disconnected from business context and process is useless.
Right, it's not in the flow of work.
Got to get it in the flow of work. Now, it's really important to understand when you bring that data in the flow of the work, and then you have AI running on top of it, you create a virtuous cycle of insights and intelligence and productivity. It all comes down to that. But AI is an imperative. It is here to stay. It is transformational. And now if you look at that from the context of what the future of the CRM is, that's why we say CRM plus data plus AI plus trust. We have reimagined, we have rebuilt, we have rethought CRM to be a data app, to be AI first. And now it starts becoming very interesting.
Yeah, very exciting.
With Einstein One Sales, Einstein One Service, it's very exciting what's happening right now.
Now you talk to a lot of reps as well.
Yes.
Obviously the benefit for a company, for leaders, it's undeniable.
Right.
What is the reps? Are you hearing anything from them? Are they seeing the gains?
How do you raise the game of everybody? How do I make everybody a great seller? May not be the number one seller. There's still going to be space for individual excellence, if you may. But how do you raise sales excellence for your entire company? AI can help you do that, because now reps know where to focus. But I like to give people use cases that they can
let's
deploy.
talk about some of those.
Right? So the number one use case is, how do you figure out, take away all the administrative work your rep needs to do.
Okay.
And that's what Einstein Copilot can help you do from day one. Number two is get all your data in one place with Data Cloud.
So they're not swivel desking.
No swivel desk, single pane of glass, which is very exciting. So I feel like if you look at it from all these angles, you will suddenly start seeing that it is the rep that is benefiting the end. And we talk about reps, but I'll tell you, sales operations,
right, critical.
Sales strategy, game changer for them. Because what if I could tell you, this is a better way for you to carve your territory based on everything you have done. No, you don't need to do it, but it gives you a frame of reference. As I say, you're choosing between 100% guesswork
Sure.
and a little bit of informed decisioning.
I didn't say that, but yeah, it's true, right?
You
It's
know,
hard.
like
It's
a lot
true.
of our decisions.
They need an assistant and a
They
co-pilot
need
as
an
well.
assistant in sales. Or I'll tell you one of those things, which auto-generating battle cards, auto-generating presentations and templates. Creating AI Copilot can also help you generate clauses for your contracts based on the rules and regulations of that country.
Yes, that's game changing.
So I'm talking about from helping you build more pipeline all the way to getting your contracts done.
Full life cycle of sales.
Right? It's like pipeline to paycheck.
I like that.
It's pipeline to paycheck. The idea of AI is to help you grow from pipeline to paycheck. It's your growth platform.
So tell me now, you touched on some areas of maybe a rep using a tool on the side
Right.
and the risks that can come with that.
Huge.
What are companies asking you, and what are we sharing with them of how we're bringing trusted AI?
I'll tell you, every AI conversation, to me, the biggest innovation Salesforce has done, and this is how we created Salesforce, is the foundation of trust. Trusted AI. More cooler, more bigger innovation than all the innovations I talked about. They're great, they're interesting, I love them, obviously, but the innovation I love the most is the Einstein trust layer. And it's really important we focus on that. Because as a company, as a sales leader, like, do you even have the time to think about hallucinations and masking and 20 different compliances?
A lot of tech jargon there.
A lot of tech jargon out there. I don't want to even go into all of these.
But important.
And then you hear things in the news. Oh, this happened in Canada. The bot created this plan and now they have to do this, or this happened there. Somebody did this and now the company put all its source code on the internet. Whoa. That's not good. That's not good. Every AI implementation, every AI thought process, every AI conversation needs to be first a trusted conversation.
Yes.
It needs to be about trust. Are we having, and that's what the Einstein trust layer is all about. All the way from toxicity detection to data masking to PII to compliance to GDPR, and all those things are done for you by us. But that's the first thing they ask us.
And rightly so.
How do I
Rightly so.
trust it? The second important thing is, how do I trust it? How do I really know what it's doing? Transparency is critical. A classical example I'll give you is a very common use case people talk about when it comes to AI is generating emails and sending emails, right? Would you like to receive generic emails 10 times a day? You're
No,
going to get
because
turned
your
off.
volume will go up.
Your
right?
volume would go
Yeah.
up drastically. You will get turned off. So your connectivity to the brand is going to be
It's
impacted.
got to be on point. It's got to be on. It's got to
point.
feel like that human
Correct,
from that
correct.
brand.
So trusted, transparent, personalized.
Yes.
Salesforce has always been about connecting with your customers in a whole new way, in a one-on-one way. It's a segment of one. It's a segment of one. AI, unless it's trusted, unless it's transparent, and unless it's personalized, it's just a party trick.
Yes.
Are you going to bet your quarter on it? Are you going to bet your pipeline on it? That's the conversation we have with customers, is trust, transparency, personalized. I'll tell you one really cool capability which I love on the topic of personalized, just so that it lands home with your
what does that
customer, with
mean?
your users, right? What does personalized mean? And you could say, hey, write me an email to send it to Leandro. It will write up a nice email. It's not going to be personalized. But imagine now I say, okay, write me an email to Leandro, who is my customer, who has bought these 10 products from me. Now the AI can get it more personalized.
We last met on
hey,
this
Leandro, based on your last product.
I'll keep
and now
reading.
Leandro is like, oh, okay. But hold on. Let's go one more level. Write me an email to send to Leandro, who's bought these products from me, has been my customer for X number of years. And oh, by the way, here are the last 10 email exchanges I've had with Leandro. Now we can match tonality.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
You
like
can
how
match
we talk
tonality.
is different to another customer.
But now let's take it one more level further. Because you're on the Customer 360 platform, where sales, service, marketing, everything is connected. Data Cloud is the foundation of all your interactions that a customer is having. I can now tell the AI, hey, Leandro just clicked on my website and looked at this new product and everything else I told about. Now the email will start, hey, Leandro, we know you're interested in this product. how Leandro wants to talk to you. It's personalized.
Yes.
It doesn't feel like a machine wrote it.
Do you know what's interesting? It's almost like going back to when you were a one-to-one salesperson
Correct.
knocking on someone's door.
Correct.
And it's become hard to do that at scale.
Impossible.
And now with AI, we're coming back to that.
All that is great. We should talk about that. But no matter what, the fundamentals are trust, transparency, personalized.
So tell me, obviously, if you can't share names, you let us know, but like, who is doing this really well now with us? Is there an example you're proud of that has been able to deliver some outcome?
Several. FedEx is a great example. You heard them talk about this several times. They are using our data cloud, sales cloud, all our products. They're using Salesforce.
Yes.
That's
yes.
the best way to summarize it. Forget the product name.
They're
They're using
customer.
Salesforce.
Yes.
Because Salesforce is one integrated product. All our products are integrated on core. And they're using it to really help drive sales in their B2B channel.
Okay.
But by collecting all the data information in a unified data cloud platform, and consolidating all that technology on that, and helping them target precisely which customer to go after. Another good example is Grubhub.
Yes.
Grubhub is the meal delivery
Yeah,
service.
it's like an Uber Eats.
Yes,
Yeah.
like an Uber Eats. I think so. It's in Australia
Yes.
too. But I'll tell you, this is also an AI. The AI revolution is the productivity revolution we talked about, but it's also a tech simplification revolution. I'm sure you've heard, ask every sales leader, how many tools do you use?
That's a lot. It's a big stack.
Well, I was like, oh, I got this for this, that for this, that for this, that for this. It's like you're spending more time integrating than connecting with your customers. But they consolidated their entire tech stack on Einstein One Sales. Almost $1 million in hard OpEx saving.
Wow. Okay. And that's what people are looking for today,
I'll
right?
give
They
you
don't want
another
new
example.
stuff.
Yeah,
They want to
and,
save.
McKinsey, another great example. They brought our newest product, our hottest new product, Einstein One Sales. Again, foundation of generative AI. People are starting with AI.
Yes.
It's not a phase 2.
Yes.
Please don't think of AI as a phase 2.
No,
it's an
it's ground
imperative.
level.
It's a phase 1.
Now tell me, obviously there's some big brands. Is this applicable to the small end of town as well? or-
100%.
Okay.
In fact, even more so, I would say. Because if you're a small SMB, by the way, do you know just a month ago, Sales Cloud got voted #1 CRM for SMB?
Wow, okay.
Number one
Incredible.
CRM for SMB. Do you know more than 80% of my customers are SMB customers?
Mind-blowing, okay. Yeah, Einstein's sharing all of this with you. You've got an edge on me here today.
Einstein's working for me.
So they're seeing
SMB.
value, obviously, with this.
Incredible. And even more, because they don't have large IT teams. They don't have large SIs that can come and do a tech transformation. They want simple. It's all in the Copilot. Connect with your Copilot, talk to your Copilot, and your Copilot is trusted, transparent, personalized.
That's a good segue. Let's look a few years out.
Yeah.
What does the future sales organization look like? Obviously, I'm not going to hold it to, but maybe we'll dig it up in a couple years and we see how it's aged. But what are you thinking?
A few years ago, you all probably talked about, hey, I have this GPS TomTom device in my car.
Maps.
Used to use the word GPS.
We called it Navman sometimes.
Yeah, or something. The wonderful products, right? Then they became just a capability of your phone. And now when you use it, do you even think about GPS?
No.
You just want to go from point A to point B, and it takes
And then other businesses use it too,
exactly.
right?
The same thing is going to happen to AI. It will be standard, it's built in, it's trusted. Buyers will start their journey on your website, maybe watch a webinar, maybe interact with a sales rep, and maybe even go purchase the product online.
Right.
Self-service is going to be a big imperative. Especially for, you'll be like, Ketan, I'm not going to buy a tractor self-service. Obviously, Leandro,
Yeah.
I agree with you. But if you've been buying pipes from me and you need 10,000 more, do you really need a sales cycle for it?
No.
Can't you just reorder it? Reorder is a big so self-service, think about it, is a big thing. There's going to be a new seller in town.
Okay.
It's going to be Einstein. The CRO of the future is not going to say, I need to hire 10 more sales reps. They're going to say, I need 500 agents for the next 2 months as I launch this new product to nurture this pipeline.
Scale up.
So they're just going to click, they're going to summon capacity, selling capacity with clicks and not hiring. And it's going to be what we call massive augmentation. Massive augmentation is going to happen. And that's going to free up your sales rep is your precious asset.
Right. You don't want them doing that tedious work.
You don't want them doing the tedious work.
The reorder.
You want them focusing on your high-value customers, your big deals, your complicated new product launches, and all the above as it applies, on really nurturing your customers so that renewal always happens.
Yes.
See, service is the new sales.
Right.
Sales is the new service. It's all connected.
Yes.
We're
in the right place, it seems.
Yes, I definitely agree. But the point I'm trying to make here is this idea of some people call it virtual agents. I don't think of it as virtual agents. I just think of it as digital AEs.
Yep.
Or
Who augment your
augmentation of
business.
capacity.
Yeah.
These are agents you're deploying. That will be very common.
Yeah.
The fourth thing I'll say, which is going to be, I feel, which is going to set apart the leaders from the rest, is who is actually building that data foundation and freeing their trapped data, putting their trapped from that hole in the ground it is somewhere buried in, and connecting it and driving intelligence. See, it's kind of funny. We've been talking about being data-driven for, we should be data-driven.
Yes.
We should be data-driven. But you can't really be data-driven unless you establish. So I think those are some foundational elements. Is self-service. I see a world wherein more than 50% of the sales cycle will happen in a self-service fashion. And then you'll get seamlessly handed off to a seller, a human being who's going to bring you home. So I see all those things happening.
So tell me, we've got executives on the line as well.
Right.
You've really probably opened their mind to the possibilities from the AE to what they might be doing.
Right.
How can they get going? Like if they're maybe stuck in zero, ground level here, and they're thinking, what can I do? Do I need to connect my data? Do I need to, how can they get started?
Oh, it's a great question. All your listeners, all your viewers understand it's not just about technology. It's about the firm desire to embrace this imperative. Sponsorship, leadership. This is the moment of your leadership. You got to grasp this moment. Because in a few years, you're going to look back and some people would have grasped this moment, some people wouldn't have. And as a leader, I think the number one thing you want to do is embrace this opportunity of suddenly giving every sales rep one extra day a week. Can you imagine, would you like to have 25% more selling capacity without increasing your operating expense?
I know most CEOs would say yes in a heartbeat.
How about we just start there? There's a crawl, walk, run out here. And I think that's where Salesforce is really, really focused on. How do we get you started right away? You're going to hear us talk about Copilot. That's something which is clicks, not code. You can get started right away. And then you can go to more advanced use cases as this thing completes. So I know you asked the question in terms of what should they be thinking about. I'll tell you the most important thing you need to do right now is jump in.
Yeah, no, I love that. And I think you landed that plane. Well, this has been an incredible conversation, Ketan. I think you've opened our minds to the potential future of sales. Right. Your leadership of your business. You run a significant business here at Salesforce, and I want to also thank you for making it to Sydney to visit with us.
Oh, it's beautiful. I brought the rain.
Oh, well, it's going to get better. I know it's going to get better. But thank you again. Really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Let's do that.
Great job.
Thank
you very much.
Ketan. If you want to catch up on the chats we've had so far with some of the most interesting and valued executives in our ecosystem, visit sfdc.co/conversations. We are covering the ideas and concepts that are top of mind for executives and leaders within business to share, inspire, and help you connect with your customers in a whole new way. So far, we've covered earning trust with AI, tackling transformation for the best brand experiences, and today, how AI is supercharging sales. Thank you for tuning in to our Executive Conversations. See you next time.